What type of boot should you buy? Well, preferably, you should have a couple different types of boots, depending on what you're doing. If you're going to be standing on a flat surface all day, like concrete or steel beams, you're going to want to get a wedge sole, especially if your feet hurt and especially if you're a heavier guy. I highly recommend wedge sole. Something like a Danner, Thorogood, Red Wing. This is going to be for walking on concrete all day, standing in place on concrete, steel beams, all that. The good thing about the wedge sole is that tread is if you are walking in light dirt and stuff like that, it doesn't catch on the threads on the tread. So you're not going to be bringing a whole bunch of mud into your vehicle. But then the downside is they're not very good in the snow or ice or really deep, nasty mud. That is the downside on those. These are Timberland Resistor. I oiled these up. These have great tread. I love the anti-fatigue ones. Anything Timberland has been pretty good, especially for the price. Those are the Timberland Resistors, which they no longer make. These are the direct attachment Timberland Pros. One thing about the Timberland that I really like is they are very waterproof. I've had those resistors this deep, like 6 inches in water. Not a drop of water got in them. The Danners are supposed to be waterproof. I had a bad experience with these. Maybe I just got a bad pair, but I got water coming in through the side here somewhere. And these are also very waterproof. I haven't fully submerged those, but I've been in about an inch and a half of deep of water, and they did good. So if you're going to be in the snow and the ice a lot, definitely want something with a heel and some nice tread. But now they do have some wedge soles that also have a nice tread on them. And I've seen boots like the Keen Cincinnati's. Those also have a nice tread on their wedge soles. And so do some Red Wings. And of course, as a lot of you already know, when you get the heel, that's good for ladders. You're going up and down ladders all day. That helps your foot get caught on there and not slip forward. And these are some hiking boots, Wolverine. And these are kind of a good all-around type of boot. You could almost do everything in these. But my personal favorite are, of course, the wedge sole Danner, Bull Run, and the Timberland Pro Resistor. I mainly wear the Danners because I'm just standing around a lot. I don't really go up and down ladders every day, and I'm not in deep mud or super snowy, icy conditions most days. But of course, when it does snow or it is icy, I do wear the Timberland Pros with the really good traction. But when it's nice and dry or even wet, but it's not completely floody areas where it's all flooded out, I wear the Danners. just gotta see what works for you. But I am very impressed always by the Timberlands because they're super water resistant and or waterproof, I should say. And for the price, it's kind of hard to beat them. They're super comfortable with the anti-fatigue. And here we have some baits. And of course, these type of boots here are good for running in case you have to run. They're a pretty good all-around boot. But for just working, they're not going to be as good as something like that. But yeah, there's a boot for everything. And of course, you wouldn't want to be around sparks and boots like these here, because they could catch on fire or easily burn a hole through the boot and burn you. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite boot. I really want to hear some opinions, and I definitely want to try some other ones that I haven't tried before. I haven't tried Red Wings. Which ones do you guys recommend? Are they worth it? Some people say they've gone downhill. I don't know. These were looking real nasty the other day, but I washed them. I did use some Dawn dish soap and water and a small toothbrush and just scrub the heck out of them, and I re-oiled them and put some brown shoe polish that's supposed to have some wax in it. And I look pretty decent. I'm just gonna get beat on again and look terrible in a few days, but it is what it is. That's work. These are tools.